All right, well, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of West Coast Street Knowledge. I am your host, Gil, a.k.a. the American Cholo. I got Mr. Sunny Boy over here, Mr. Boo Boo to my right, and how you guys doing, man?
Cool, how you been?
I've been all right, brother. I've been all right. Took a little break after the handball tournament. I don't think people realize how much work goes into that, brother.
Yeah, a lot of work.
There was a lot of work. I didn't think he told anybody that was the whole game plan in the beginning, was just to take a little break after this.
Well, I don't know if it was exact game plan, but it was just so exhausting after it was all said and done. I mean, people just see a couple of minutes of a clip. Oh, and while I'm on the subject, before I forget, I want to give a shout out to homeboy from West Coast Graffiti, because after I saw him drop a couple of videos on the handball tournament, I was like, cool, I don't even got to drop any videos. If not, I would have had to jump right on, drop the videos, do all the editing, and then take a little break. So shout out to you, fucking West Coast Graffiti, for the video. He came through and showed that support. But some people thought it was not some people. I saw a couple people like thinking, what's the big deal, and that, and they don't get it, brother. We had, I think, about 8 different neighborhoods out there.
Yeah, it was a lot of people.
Neighborhoods.
We had first and second place winner was the guys from Barrio Van Nuys, the Jocks of the Valle. So next time we gotta practice for those guys so we can get them. Third place was the homies from Pacas, Cayucas Street Locos. Those are my boys. I've known those guys for 30 years.
All I know, dog, is I don't remember the bog moving that fucking fast when I made that shit was fucking fast. That team was fast.
It's not that the ball's moving any faster, it's that you're moving much slower.
That's right.
That happened. No, but
Sonny's getting old, you can't move that fast.
Hey, but it was great, man. We had all those neighborhoods out there. I spoke to not everybody, but I spoke to just about all kind of different guys at one point or another. And what I got from most of them was that they were surprised how it was set up. I think they thought, like even some of my homies, they thought it was going to be just gang related, I guess I'd say. And it was the complete opposite, man. You had families, you had kids, we had jumpers, we had arts and crafts for the kids. It was big time family orientated. A lot of guys that just came with their homies even told me, you know what, next time do it, I'm gonna bring my family. There's a couple homies that they're gonna see this and they're like, oh, dude, they're gonna come next year. So hopefully this thing continues to grow, and hopefully I get some help out of it, because I'm upside down quite a bit on doing that, so I came out of pocket too. But it was just to show what we can really do if we get together and we.
Well, somewhere along the line, people thought everything was paid for, but I had to come out with money. You obviously came out with money. He came out with money. We supplied most of the food.
Yeah, of course. Blinky and them, they helped out a great deal also. They also came in there with some food. The guys from Victory Outreach, shout out to them too. They also came out there. My homeboy J-Boy made that happen with that connection. It was cool, brother. It was a
good turnout.
It was a good turnout, man. You look at that picture that we took there, man. That reminded me of the '90s, but back then it was
It's your neighborhood.
And that park is very close and dear to my heart, man. And at first it was for all the wrong reasons. It was a park that we used to go have our meetings at. It was in the cut. It was in a nice area, so you wouldn't have anybody driving by, busting on you if you were doing that. And it felt good to be able to have you guys come on board, some of your homies come through, these other guys come through and show that, we can get together, brother.
We can all get along.
We can get along for a good thing, especially for our kids, man.
What'd you think about our youngsters going in there? Those are the ones that needed to go too.
Yeah, our youngsters, and I thought that was a good gesture.
Those little knuckleheads, and they are actually really respectful with everybody.
No, everybody was.
No, but I'm just saying from my aspect, and I know my homies, I know those guys.
Right.
I was like, hey, fool, make sure you're cool. You know what I mean?
I think that what the big difference.
And they were younger than everybody.
The difference with especially, let's say, I can't say exactly for Northern Hispanics. I know they have a militant type thing, but for Southern Hispanics, we've got a real good respect as far as on our elders. As far as young guys being able to respect when we say, hey, brother, listen, this ain't all gang-related shit. We're going to come here. We're going to have a good time. And I think that's what differentiates us from just about everybody else, brother. I mean, it definitely differentiates from African Americans, because African Americans, a lot of times, them young guys just don't give a fuck.
Oh, well, nobody was blowing us, at least in our
no,
area.
they weren't.
Everybody was respectful. I'm just saying because my young sugar homeboys, they were actually youngest out of everybody.
Yeah.
And they were being really respectful, and I appreciate it. I don't know how you feel, boo boo.
No, I appreciate it too.
I mean, it made us look good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I hope next year some of these other guys will bring some of their younger, but also the ones that are respecting the game, not some fucking guys that get all drunk and act a fool, because we don't want that. You can be an old guy and act like that, and you're still gonna fuck up the whole party.
Yeah, boo boo.
And that's what used to fuck up. That's what used to fuck up all the parties back in the days.
Oh yeah, of
One
course.
person just.
Well, yeah, it was one person acting a fool, and a lot of people were kind of worried about that. Like that picture I sent you this week, I went to my homeboy's house.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen him in a while, so we just went over there, and me, my wife, my homeboy Sharky, his wife, my homeboy Flaco, his wife, we all just rolled up at his house on last Saturday and fucking knocked on his door and he didn't know we were coming over unannounced, and he was just tripping out. He tells his wife, "Hey, get the bucket." The bucket, what the fuck? Go help her. Comes back with a big old fucking box full of just old ass pictures, man.
Oh yeah.
And we're just shooting this shit, and then I tell him, "Hey, fool, what's up, man? Why don't you go to the park?" And he lives right here in Arleta. It's not like he lives far away.
Yeah.
And he kind of said the same thing that I felt from a lot of guys. Like, they get spooked. Like they're not around the neighborhood anymore. They're living their life, and they kind of get scared, thinking that it's gonna be a gang related fucking event, or they're gonna get sucked into some kind of drama somehow, some way. And no, man, I definitely appreciate everybody that came out. I appreciate you guys for helping out, my wife, my family, and everybody. That was
like that I was gonna say right now. Since, my wife, from time she got there till time she left, she was hustling. Your wife or your family, Lisa, all of them, need a shout out. You know what I mean? They did just as much, if not more, than us.
No, definitely, dude. It was no the ladies there made it happen, brother.
Yeah,
they made it happen. They kept the food flowing. They kept us in check. They fucking cleaned the trash, do this, do that.
Ain't nobody keeping me in check, bro. My pimp pan is strong. My pimp pan is strong.
Yeah. When she says hit yourself.
I'm gonna slap myself.
Yeah.
My wife will beat me up.
No, man, but that's some real good shit. But that's on that topic when I kind of went up to the side right there, and I was saying that we do follow, not instructions so much as the word, but we follow the word of our elders a lot more than most races.
Yeah,
I'd say.
I believe so.
And I think if used in a proper way, it can really help us, man.
You know what tripped me out the most was there was about 4 or 5 guys I did time with down there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And all of them like, "Whoa, you're like basically telling me you calm down a lot."
Of course. That was over 20 years ago, brother.
Yeah, but they were kind of like, hey, I knew it was Sonny, but I didn't realize, I didn't put 2 and 2 until I seen you that who you are.
Well, it's because a lot of people remember who you were. And they haven't seen you. It's like, for instance, you see a nephew that you haven't seen in 10 years. Like, damn, you're expecting a 5-year-old kid. You got a 27-year-old man.
Yeah.
Because time goes by, but your history still, people still think you're that same knucklehead, think you're the same fool, and I get that too a lot. People that don't know me or haven't seen me in 20-something years, they're like, "You motherfucker, you're this fool. What the fuck are you doing?" Like something like this. What?
All this?
Yeah. Who's trying to spread that message? Like those 2 cats from Pacas over there. Those were my boys back in the days, homie. And you'll see them in my comments every once in a while. Like, damn, dude. Out of all the guys, you're the one fucking helping positive out because you were out there banging. But I think that actually helps our message, man.
Yeah. Well, those guys like I did time with, all of them knew me for the joint. So all of them were like, "Damn, dog, you're doing good, huh? Yeah. How long you been out? Did you have life? Yeah." It's like, but when I got out, it was like, I do dumb things, but I'm not stupid. I know, I wasn't trying to go back. You know what I mean? The whole object of the game was to get away. Right,
of course. And I think that goes for a lot of homies, though, man. They're not stupid, but they do a lot of dumb fucking things, man. And they get caught up real fucking easy, and they don't know how the system is, especially nowadays, man. And talking about the system, let's go into Big 6ix9ine, man. That guy's more and more you see him on YouTube. I'm sure you're gonna hear news about him here pretty soon. I saw Perplex News did a nice little bit on him about about going into witness protection program.
He's already in witness protection, maybe.
Well, no, he's
already in.
In witness protection.
Yes.
I don't believe so.
He's sitting right next to us. Only reason you don't recognize him because he ain't got his colored hair right now.
Is that what it is? No, man. You know what? You know what I think? I personally believe that he will not go into witness protection program. I personally believe that he's gonna come out. He'll probably lay low for a little bit, and he's gonna go back doing music.
Yeah, I think he'll go back doing music, and he'll make twice as much.
Yeah, it's a different world, man.
The people that listen to him are not involved in any of that gang stuff he was doing. They don't know anything about it. Most of the
kids who are downloading his thing and looking at his stuff are a bunch of suburban, and not just suburban white kids, just suburban kids in general.
Yep.
Well, I actually had this conversation with my daughter a while back.
Okay.
And I had asked her, if 6ix9ine comes out and he starts music, are you going to listen? She goes, yeah, I like his music. She goes, I don't understand everything he says, but I like his music.
Yeah, the beats are good.
She goes, he's not hood, Dad. My daughter's not hood. I don't even know where she gets that from, but she's like, he's not hood, Dad. He's nothing like that.
Well, he betrayed himself to be hood. They all use each other. It was more, and as far as what I know, it was more of he paid these cats to back his play and act like he's a gangster blood from New York, and they pretty much just little by little started extorting him for more and more money, and that's when the tables turned and they fucked him up. But it seems like he was working for the feds for a long time, brother.
Oh, they're right. Well, this is the way I looked. I was actually rooting for him because he's Raza.
Right.
He's in a rap game which is primarily black, so I was actually rooting for him.
But you were rooting for him more of to be a success story.
Yes, and then, when he got caught up in, I don't think he ever really understood what it was about, because he wasn't raised like that. He was a good kid.
Does anybody know where he was raised at?
Yeah, they have stuff.
Was it in LA, New York?
No, he was all New York. He's always been in New York. He's been in New York.
But it was like those Bloods that took him in and treated him. They took advantage of him, and I don't know what else they expected from him. He was gonna roll over from the get go.
I don't feel sorry for those guys whatsoever. I don't even feel sorry for 6ix9ine. I think 6ix9ine was taking advantage of them, glorifying the life. They were also taking advantage of 6ix9ine, and they weren't giving a shit, because I'm not gonna get some fool off the street. I mean, right now I'm an older guy, but when I'm younger, I'm not gonna get some young fool off the street that's a rapper and just all of a sudden he's from my hood, and I'm gonna do a drive-by with him. I'm gonna go do a holler with him.
Yeah, because then you know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, exactly. But these fools are out there fucking got caught up in the fame and money and thought that they were untouchable.
Well, they fucked up a good thing, because they were making a good amount of money, enough to live on for the rest of their lives, and they messed it up. Made a wet dream.
The sad thing is, it's a culture thing, brother. It's just such a ignorant culture thing that's what they do. They get this money. Why do people join gangs? Why are people in the hood? Because they ain't got no money. Because they broke. They trying to get out there. And then all of a sudden you got millions of dollars and you still want to. Yeah. A perfect example that nobody's fucking learned from is Suge Knight. Suge Knight, if he would have ran that business properly, he would have been a mogul right now. He would have had Tupac. He would have had Snoop Dogg. He would have had Dr. Dre. He would have had everybody who's anybody in the West Coast, dude. And if he would have just been a businessman instead of trying to be a thug and a gangster, and look at him now. Now he's in prison.
Growing up, he wasn't even a thug or gangster. He was a football player.
Yeah, but
he was a bodyguard.
I think he was a bodyguard. I don't know for sure if he was ever a blood, but when he came on, Mob James really talked about that on the Gangster Chronicles, and he said it. He had an interview which he gave a lot of scoops, and one of the main things that I took out of James, I think he goes by now, is he's an older guy from Ma Piru.
Why every time you talk about somebody older, you point at me?
Oh, because you're an old guy, homeboy.
You're old.
So Mob James said,
I hate you.
That out of all his homies, because that was pretty much his hood that was backing Suge's play, they don't got shit, brother. They don't got a car to show for it. They don't have a house to show for it. They have nothing. Out of all that 90s money, out of all that living large, out of all that hustling, this and that, ain't got shit. The problem is these fools are they're running those businesses like it's a dope game. It's not a dope game. It's a business.
My thing to you, though, is did you expect anything different?
I would.
How many guys get into that kind of lifestyle, make a crap load of money, and they land up broke on welfare?
Oh,
it's almost all of them.
Everybody, and look at the lotto. You see, people win the lotto, they blow it within a year, and then they owe all this money to the government, and they're stuck.
But we're talking about
that's kind of the same thing.
People from the
that
street. No, we're talking about people that run the streets like me, you, him. We run the streets. We're gonna make our money illegally, and then we make it big. Start being Scarface in the neighborhood, and then
ghetto fabulous.
A couple weeks later, or a couple months, even a year later, you're broke because that lifestyle isn't. Well, you don't learn anything from that lifestyle. You just figure I came up, and I'm going to enjoy it.
They're living it like it's a dope game.
Yeah,
and just like the dope game will come to an end. Any boxing, rapping, acting, unless you're just one of the top-notch guys there in the business, you're gonna keep going. And these guys, the first problem is they don't have no clue how to manage money. No clue. They don't invest in anything. Yeah, well, that's what it is. They have no clue on how to manage money. A prime example right now, and hopefully it changes a bit, is Andy Ruiz, the boxer. It's Andy, right?
Yeah.
Right now, that guy's blowing money in all kind of cars like you would not believe.
Oh, I believe it.
I think he got paid maybe $6 million, so he probably walked away with 4 or 3. Yeah, 4 or 3 after paying off the managers and everybody and the taxes. You got $3 or $4 million. You just bought $1 million worth of cars. Yeah. No, I mean you're tripping. I could see you buying yourself a nice ride or two. Put some money into a home, put some money to the side, invest. But you can already see the jewelry's coming out, the cars are coming out, the money's coming out. And I hope to God the guy wins this Saturday coming up because he'll get a huge paycheck. But from anything, you got to learn from that, man.
Well, he has to be careful because that guy's coming with the vengeance.
Yeah, it's
we actually know somebody. We actually know somebody who won $1 million. Can I talk about it?
Yeah, just don't say no names.
No, we know somebody who won $1 million.
Got the address?
Okay. The radio won $1 million. Boom. I say, 6 months? They're broke?
Yeah, 6-8 months.
Really? Broke.
But the memories will last forever?
Nope.
Dude.
Not even the memories?
Nope. Everything's gone. Literally everything's gone. And it was just, they didn't know how to handle it. They just thought, I got $1 million. It's going to last a lifetime.
Yes.
And it's wow.
Exactly what they think,
you get, just put it this way. You put $100 grand in my pocket, I'll be broke by a year. But I'll tell you what, I won't have no bills. I know how to. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna be broke, and I'm not gonna have any bills. Nah, but it's a skill, man. Having money and using it, it's a skill. I forgot what the statistic is, and it's white and Asians as a whole. When they get money, they hold it for days or weeks. African Americans, minorities. Within hours.
I know. You were telling us about that last time.
It burns a hole in your pocket, and you want to spend it, brother.
So me, I've always been like that. Where I get money, boom, gone.
You're still like that.
But no, I pay things off.
You pay your bills first.
But if Sonny has $20 in his pocket, and I'm like, dude, let's go eat. He'll blow that 20 on both of us and worry about it tomorrow. Worry about getting another 20 tomorrow. But. That's because of the kindness of his heart.
Right.
Yeah, if I'm fucking starving, let's go eat. Fuck it, I got $20, but let's go get tacos.
But I do much better than before. Before I would have trouble paying my bills.
Right.
I don't have problems paying my bills. Yeah, I might be broke, but now I can pay my bills. I can do things. There's things I can never do before that I can do now.
Right.
And I make a lot less money than people can even imagine.
Right.
But it's just I'm better with my money. If I got $20 and I'm driving down and I want something to drink, I'll wait until I find somewhere to drink some water. I won't just go blow my 20 anymore. It's all right.
Hey, so
I do it with him because no matter what, we go somewhere, even like you, we go somewhere. Usually you guys are like, I got it. I don't know if I look like a welfare case, but you guys are always taking care of me. But so when I got it, I try to reciprocate. You know,
Right,
hey,
right,
You know
of
what
course,
it is, homie?
brother,
You know,
of course.
we're cool. You know, so I gotta, you know, like when I had my surgery, that fool was down for me, dog. He took care of me tough, like nobody else. He took care of me tough, so I owe him. You know what I mean?
That's right. So back on track with 6ix9ine. Like I said, he's gonna be doing music again.
Yeah, he'll make it.
He's gonna come out and spin it where these guys were ratting on me. These guys were having sex with my girl. These guys were gonna kidnap me and kill me. And I guarantee you're gonna have such a huge amount of followers gonna go.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be rolling.
You know who said it best when I was talking to him? I was talking to him 2 days ago. My homeboy Rooster at the job site. He's like, "Fool, the G code's dead." I said, "You know what? You're absolutely right, brother. That G code, and that's what they call it nowadays. Before it was just being gangster.
Fletcher.
Yeah, it was just the way you were. There was no G code. It's just how it was in the streets. That G code, yeah, it's just gone, brother. Everybody snitching. Guys who were the biggest snitches are on YouTube, fucking getting millions of hits, doing interviews. You got a bunch of these mob guys coming out, and nobody gives a shit.
You know, speaking of that, dude, I don't want to say no names, but you know what? I noticed a lot of these YouTubers dry snitch, dude, and a lot of people don't know what a dry snitch is.
Cause that's gone. I'm telling you,
that's part of the G code.
That's part of that so-called G code. That shit, it doesn't matter anymore. It just doesn't.
Because they can do it and get away with it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing's gonna happen. No repercussions.
Yeah. Back then there was much more repercussions. Nowadays, no, dude. Nowadays it's
whatever.
Yeah, it pretty much is. It's like with the hashtag Me Too movement, with people being more acceptance of this, acceptance of that. Now it's like, well, what are you gonna do? Go to prison for the rest of your life?
Yeah,
that's what
you signed up for.
That I will give them when you're doing something illegally, when you're part of that group and you pretty much you're signing up for that and you're gonna go do a crime. That SOC, but I don't think you sign up for that as when you're a young gang member and you're going through this whole life. Things happen, but when absolutely, that's what you sign up for. But it's a different time now, also because 80s, 90s, you do some kind of jale. Hey, listen, man, you're looking at 10 years. You're looking at maybe 20 years. You're gonna get out nowadays, brother.
It like candy.
No, nowadays you're gonna get 40 years.
Yeah. You know what, though? When when I was in my life term, it never crossed my mind to snitch. It was like, no, I got myself into it.
Right.
Okay, I'm getting what I wanted.
Yeah, that was a different time, though.
And no, but even back then, there was a lot of people not willing to give up their life.
No, there was a lot of people still snitching.
There was.
Don't get that wrong. For every single homie that was busted in jail, there was another homie that snitched on him.
I think there were more like 10.
Oh, there you go. There's always been snitching. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Anybody says there isn't, they got every fucking movie you want to see.
I had a homie, not from my neighborhood, but from that I knew from the streets.
Right.
Told me, hey, Sonny. Hey, are they trying to really break you off? And I go, yeah, dog. Dog, why don't you just tell? I'm like,
fuck.
What the hell, dude? Dude, get away from me. That's the last thing I want to hear. You know what I mean?
Right,
I'm already hating because I'm gonna spend the rest of my life in prison.
Right.
And then I got some fools. Just tell.
Yeah, that's.
Wait
well, nowadays.
I got a lot of my juvenile time.
Nowadays,
everybody
everybody tells, brother. Everybody tells.
You know what we should talk about?
What's that?
I've noticed, especially with what's that guy that we were supposed to be at the park? What's his name? The rapper. Misfit Soto.
Yeah.
I was watching, I'm like, in case, he was supposed to come, so I was watching a lot of videos on him.
Right.
Because I was into his music. But, there's some of the songs I like. I was like, all right, he's pretty cool. I never heard him before.
Right.
I started seeing videos about other Raza from, I think it's High Power.
Right.
Calling him a rat. Calling him a piece of crap. Calling him this, that. And it made me start thinking, dude. Like, I think that's our biggest problems. One of our biggest problems. One is, as Raza, it seems like you got to tear each other down in order to come up. Yep. And there's not that many of us in the game to do that.
Yeah.
And then you got another thing is every time we talk, oh, I'm so and so from this area. It's like, okay, we gotta stop that, because it's not like, okay, I'm a Southsider. Okay, I'm a Southsider from the Burbank area. I'm from Elmwood Street.
Right.
From the 818.
Right.
SFV. Dude, how many locations I gotta drop? You know what I mean? Really, dog. It's like, hey, Raza is tearing each other up, and that, I think when you start breaking it down, we're already separating ourselves from each other. Like, as the Raza, as we're supposed to be one, and we're already separating ourselves by zip codes, area codes. It's just,
well,
it's kind of messed up.
I think it starts off. Let's start off in the early ages of let's say Chicano Rap, and it wasn't even Chicano Rap. It was just like what's his name? This is for the Raza. What's his name? Kid Frost. Kid Frost came out strong. That shit was banging, and soon enough it started coming out. That fool's a lame. That fool ain't from the barrio. That fool ain't done this. We're always our worst critic. In our game, especially out here in Southern California, especially out here in our game, when it comes to rapping, especially back then, if you rapped about hood shit and you acted about gang and you weren't, you get called out on it real quick. You're getting called a punk. You're getting called this and that. In the black game, Ice Cube wasn't no killer.
Nope.
Dr. Dre wasn't no killer. Even Tupac wasn't a gangster, man. The people, he was a gangster in the sense that he came out as that. And people get upset about it.
Snoop Dogg was a gangster.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg was a gang member.
I would have really been scared of him with his 2-inch arms.
Most of those guys were just rappers. Yeah. But if they were Latino doing that,
they would have been called out, right?
We would have ate them up. Yeah. We would have ate them up. We would have been like, they're fucking punks or this and that. And I think we all had a little bit of to do with that back then. Nowadays, it's luckily you're kind of starting out to see different guys coming out. Like if Misfit was a younger guy rapping the way he does right now, he'd blow up. The problem is he's not that young guy anymore.
Yeah.
But he would definitely blow up. He's got the skills. King Lil G, that fool's got the skills. That fool's got the rap.
Yeah, but look at the way they talk about him. All the time. It's other Raza tearing him down.
It's the same shit. Yeah, it's the same shit. Down. He's a lame. And this is when you're saying high part. I know there's another record label. And to me, it's comical, homie. You got some supposedly grown-ass men fighting over a fucking record label like it's a hood, like it's this. Like, come on, guys. There's money to be made, homie.
These two guys that were talking, they were from High Power. I can't even remember their names. It's Knight. These fools got 187 glasses on. You got the 187.
Oh, yeah. Mucho Lopez.
His thing all buttoned up. Hey, homie, I'm real. He's a lame. He's this and that. And I'm like, for one, dog, if you got to sit there and constantly tell somebody, I'm with the business, I'm down, I'm this, you're lying. Because it seems like you're trying to convince yourself that you're about that life.
Yeah.
And then you got to tear another man down to make yourself feel better about yourself?
It's unfortunate, dude. Those guys, if they wanted to keep it lyrically banging, like going back and forth on a diss record, but really dissing each other lyrically, this and that, not talking about their jefas, not talking about you're just a punk, If you're lyrically fucking, then it brings more fucking attention to the game and it makes it a little more exciting. But what regular people are seeing, they're like, look at these fucking lames. Yeah. I don't mean no disrespect to any of those guys, but I'm saying what regular people are looking at is what's wrong with these guys? They're looking like fucking some has-been 1990 cholos, and we didn't even dress like that. I mean,
You're younger. When you see an older guy like me dressed like I'm all fucking crazy, what do you think, dog? Man. What do you think? Because you out of everybody, well, he didn't dress like that either, but you don't dress like that. I've never seen you dress,
like back in the 90s.
Okay, yeah. No. Now, what do you think about it? It's like you see some old man or older dude doing that, you're like looking at him like,
look at this fucking lame.
It's funny, dude. It's comical.
Because he's trying to be young, and I see it a lot. I don't even want to tell you where I see it because then somebody's gonna see it, call me out on it. It's. Listen, I see when homies are G'd up with their fucking that gangster. But cuando it's what it is it's like this.
when I told you I went to the homies, I saw these pictures, dude. And I got to show little pictures. I'm looking at all these pictures. I'm in there with some of them. This is from 89, 80, I think somewhere like from 87 even, right? I wasn't the ones 87, I was the ones 89 now, but the homies were like from 87 to, I think the picture was like probably to about 96, 97. And I'm looking at all the clothes, homie. And like, yeah, they're a little tumbados and that. But then it's like the sagging game with the blacks. When I was busted with these guys, everybody says why they started sagging, this and that. My personal opinion, they started sagging when they started going to jail. They take your belt off, and then your pants are kind of hanging, and they didn't wear fucking big old pants.
Okay, hold up right there.
Let me finish. So after that, they started sagging a little bit. I just came out of jail, started sagging a little bit. Now, fast forward, these fools got their fucking shit down to their fucking to their knees, homie, with all the ass hanging out. That's the same thing I think happened with the Raza. Okay, they got pants bigger, and after you got fucking these huge ass.
I remember I used to wear like 54s.
He was talking about the sagging of it. Tell him what it was.
Yeah, I was watching a YouTube video. It was a brother, and he was coming out with why blacks started sagging.
Right.
And his theory was that when they were in jail and you were in there for a long time, you end up fucking wanting to fuck your fucking...
Yeah, the booty bandage shit.
Yeah, right? And so what these fools would do is the ones that wanted to get banged in the ass, they would fucking sag on the yard so guys would know that was who wanted it.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I think in other states that may be, but I personally think out here, because I mean, when I was busted with these guys, this was early 90s, YA, and they just barely sagged, dude. It really was. It was maybe like 3 or 4 inches, and that was it, though. And then it just little by little, I'm harder. The more down I go, and now you got fucking 2 butt cheeks hanging out. Like, dude, do I really want to see that shit? Like, come on, man.
Well, it came in like with like you were talking about the saggy pants with us. Is I remember seeing this little bastard with like size 50, and he's like a size 20.
Yeah.
And me, I was big. I was healthy at the time. Yeah. I was wearing like a size 50, but I was naturally like a 42.
Yeah.
So I was, it was big on me, but not.
Yeah,
I used to be like.
I would probably do like 4. Like I would wear probably like size 40s, and I should be wearing a 36. Let's say.
Yeah,
that's what it was, or maybe 42 at the most. But I had a few homies that fucking had the pleat, fucking all the way.
Oh, dude, I had.
You could barely see the tip of my Nike Cortez.
remember the homies used to like fold them so they can get their pants around.
Yeah.
Like, dude, really, homie? Like, what we gonna do when we get it?
And everything,
it was just the same thing, just like the brothers. The more they sag, the downer they feel. These fools, the bigger pants you get, the downer they feel.
Downer the fools.
There you go, homie. Pasa la bolsita, güey.
I seen so much like me. I would get my Levi's and I would cuff them, but I wasn't sewing them. I would just flip them over and walk with them. And if I did cuff them, I always had like a little. And the homies were like, "Hey, fool, what? Hey, dog, you look like you're wet with those. Why?" Because then we get the baby cuffs.
Oh yeah, you gotta get the starch in there, fool. Just fucking hit it hard.
Are you serious, you realize
when you mix it yourself? Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I'm not looking like a clown like you fools. Relax, it would piss me off, but. And then I started looking at my pants. Hey, fool, I never got into those baby cuffs.
You gotta
get conscious about it.
Yeah, you gotta cut them, and then you get your little cuff. Then you fold them out.
I used to put hot glue with the little hot glue guns.
Yeah, there you go, brother. There you go. Yeah, but back to the Chicano, not even Chicano rap. I mean, just in general, brother. It's sad. It's unfortunate. Hopefully, these guys grow up mentally. That's what it is.
It ain't just the rap. It's everything, dog. Okay, recently when we took off, hey, Sonny, you heard Gil's a Fed? I was like, what?
Ah, shit.
Do you hear yourself? Do you really hear? What would be the purpose of you being a federal agent doing a YouTube channel? Now I can understand if you came in to talk to somebody trying to get some information.
Course, man.
But what would be the purpose of you having a YouTube channel? It ain't like someone can walk away and tell you, you know, I murdered this guy. No, it don't work that way.
The Fed's gonna be the guy who's acting all gangster and trying to fucking this and that, because that's who people are gonna try to do business with.
That just goes to show you that even the slightest thing, they look for to tear you down.
Oh yeah.
Just because they see that we got a loyal following. We're doing good. We're not. We're actually doing what we said we were gonna do.
Yeah,
we did what we said we were setting out to do. Do the handball tournament.
Absolutely.
How many people have said, "Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go feed the health. I'm gonna go feed the poor. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do," and it never comes around.
It's all lip service, homie.
Right. So we went out and actually did what we said we were gonna do. It wasn't easy. But the first time somebody said the wrong word, it was like, bang, he's a Fed. And it's like, you know, just...
They hate us because they ain't us, homie. They hate us because they ain't us.
Had a terrorist look for a way to tear us down. And it's like, hey, we're not playing your game.
You guys been to my hood before and not on good terms, but how far from my neighborhood do I live, Sonny?
Oh, right down the street.
2 blocks?
Right? I live out of every YouTube guy there is out there, I'm probably the only one, maybe who knows else, who lives.
Me? I live in my hood.
Yeah,
you're a YouTube guy now. Yeah, there you go. But that,
Ed McMahon.
Right.
Yeah, that really lives in his hood, still here, still doing a thing, but they just can't comprehend how we are doing what we're doing, brother. And they're just fucking hating. And it's unfortunate. And that's what the bottom line is.
But that's what keeps us down, no?
Yeah.
That's what keeps us down. You figure if you were going to talk about it was about us being unrepresented in film and stuff, right?
Everything, brother.
Okay, and everything. But why would anybody want to back us up if they're going to get involved in this too? That people like say somebody sees a YouTube channel and says, "Hey, I want to do something like this for the Raza on TV."
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna want to do it because they'll say, "Oh, they're saying that guy's a Fed. There's a problem," and we should.
When I did my video on American Cholo,
right,
I got a ton of hits.
Right.
But my own homeboys, I even got text messages still saying, "I can't believe you did that. You're brave. Why would you do something like that?" From homeboys and some of the homegirls that hang out in the neighborhood. I'm like, so my question back to them was like, what did I do wrong?
Right.
You know, I put out my history on my hood.
Right.
You know, and then get back, oh, you're brave.
Well, no, when they say you're brave, a lot of people are just they get spooked. Like people ask my wife that a lot. They don't ask me as much. They ask my wife, "Hey, aren't you scared?" Mm-hmm. Like, and my wife's like, "Why?" I said, "Well, what he's doing. Like they're scared that I don't know that somebody's gonna come out and do something to me or because I'm saying the wrong thing. But I'm saying, dude, what am I saying? The only thing I'm trying to say is we can get ahead in life. We can make peace. We can be prosperous in fucking life.